Hello everyone, KB2 Enjoyer here, and welcome back to a new episode of Sprocket. Today I am building the first early war tank of this series, and this tank is quite different. First of all, I want to mention that I have a new microphone now, yay! In this episode, I decided to build a small tank, a light tank, which has a lot of German design inspiration, I think. Mostly the turret. And this tank is different because it's a light tank, but this is a prototype, which means that I designed this tank to look like it was an actual prototype of what could be a final design for the tank. I made sure to, try something new, something different. At the beginning, I was unsure about the design. First of all, it has been a long time since I last played this game. And if you're wondering why I am not playing in the new beta, I don't remember the name, but basically there's a new update, which is in the early stages. It's not out officially, I don't think so, so I'm waiting it to be out so it can be a surprise for me. I know that there are more changes for cannons, the interiors, and when I saw some of videos about it, and it looks amazing, but I'm not too confident about playing it. I tried it on my own, and it completely changes the way to design things, and which is good. It's very good, and I want to play it, but I need time to kind of understand everything about how it works, etc. And I prefer waiting for the final, final update before trying that version of the game. But anyways, here is the design of the chassis of the tank, which is very simple. I was not trying to exaggerate, trying to do anything new, anything different. I just tried to do something simple, since this is a light tank, but it's mostly a sort of prototype. The turret was probably the thing that actually made me want to finish building this tank, because at the beginning I was thinking it was just ugly looking, and I didn't really want to finish it. But the turret, I tried to make it look like a sort of smaller version of a Panther 4, Panther 2 turret, and so it came up with this final design for the turret, and which is not bad. I really like this design overall, even though it's nothing crazy, it's nothing new, it's a simple light tank. The only thing that probably makes this tank special in a certain way, that makes it different from the other tanks, is possibly the speed, which this tank is rather fast for its period of time, and probably also of course the design, which is completely different from the previous tanks I made, because this is an early war tank, which means that this tank is made between 1939, even though I could even say that this design could have been made in 1937 until 1940, 1941. But I do really like the turret, and even the simplicity. Also, the other thing I noticed is that the size actually matters a lot for this type of designs for early war, probably because when you have a smaller tank, you have less space to fill up. So if you try to fill it up with what you have, at the end it looks like it's complete. While if I made a bigger tank, if I do not fill those empty spaces in a certain way, it makes the tank look like it's not finished. That is why I try to add more details, more stuff that I never tried before. First of all, because since the first episode of this series to this episode, I know that I improved a lot in decorating tanks. But the other reason is that I tried to make decorations that make sense within the time period. For example, this tank has actually smoke mortars. How do you call them? I don't know. But the thing on the side of the turret, basically, that where the smoke grenades or smoke shells leave to make smoke, basically, and which is a very nice touch, I guess. Even though I think that it's a bit too early for this period of time to introduce this concept, which I know that some tanks already had it, so it's not really it's an issue. But I want to go slowly down with the decoration to give more different concepts to the tanks and not make them all look the same with the same designs. So that is why I try to completely change the overall decorations. In fact, I think it has been a long time since I last played this game, so I really feel like I did not do a great job at decorating or at finishing tank, but with the design and the livery and the final touch for the tank at the end, I think it really did a good job. Now, speaking of statistics, the caliber of the gun is 37mm and has around 40mm of penetration, which is not good. I would actually go back and change it to make it around 59-60mm of penetration. However, this would completely modify the cannon because it is a bit, I feel like the cannon is just a bit too long. That is why I had to play with it, to play around for the size, and at the end I think it's very well balanced. The shells are all AP shells, so the tank has some issue. This tank has some issue in fighting because it doesn't. It has some difficulties in penetrating, but the damage is not, because of the caliber and the shell type. It does not a lot of damage, which is fine because I think that the speed can really help this tank to be effective in smaller groups. But I think it can perform well, and that is why I was satisfied with this design. But anyways, this is everything I have for today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe to help me out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.